Guys, Willie here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 GMC Acadia Denali.
And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Jordan.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Acadia has been GMC's midsize three-row crossover SUV since 2007. The third generation Acadia that you see here was released last year for 2024, and for 2025, the trailering package now comes standard across all trims. The Elevation gets new wheels, and now comes with the rear bench seat with captain's chairs available with the premium package, which also includes new 20-inch rims. The 2025 Acadia is available in 3 trim levels, ranging from the base $43,000 Elevation up to the top-of-the-line $57,000 Denali that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So since 2024, last year, the GMC Acadia has been completely redesigned to this all-new body style, and I really like the front end, especially with the Denali. I'm usually not the biggest fan of shiny chrome, but with the black inserts, I actually think this grille looks really good with the black contrast for the lower grille area. Full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera, and a 360 to be expected with the top Denali trim level. We have black headlight housing, LED daytime running lights, LED projector headlamps with LED fog lights down below, a little bit of aluminum trim separating the lower and upper grille area, with 3 distinct notches in the hood with pretty aggressive front bumper designs in the corners. The wheel and tire setup, the Denali gets these machine finished aluminum 20-inch rims, 6-lug pattern wrapped in Continental Cross Contact LX20 Eco Plus all season tires. The dimensions are 255/55 R20, a square setup, and with this all-wheel drive system, these 255 wide tires will have no problem putting the power down for this 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And don't be discouraged by that 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Cranks out 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile in this 2025 Acadia Denali. The body color wheel wells make it look a lot more premium. Unfortunately, we don't get the panoramic moonroof here. We do get the roof rails, and the rear tints with black pillars look very premium. Smart access for all 4 doors. We'll check out the window sticker. You're not gonna be able to see it unless I open the door here for this 2025 Acadia Denali all-wheel drive with the white frost tri-coat exterior paint color, which is an $1,100 option. 2.5 turbo, 8-speed auto transmission. You guys can pause, take a look at all of the standard features. It is very loaded for a $56,000 base price, not $57,000. Options, $3,500 for the Super Cruise package, which includes a 3-year subscription, enhanced automatic parking assist, driver attention assist, and the rear camera mirror. $1,100 for the white frost tri-coat, black lug nuts for $350, so about $5,000 in total options, with $1,395 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick over $62,000. Solid on gas, 21 combined MPGs for a large 3-row SUV. That's really not bad. We get an additional camera on the mirror to help us out with the 360, blind spot monitoring on the glass. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. You throw regular fuel in here for this turbocharged 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. We get full rear parking sensing with a side sensor to help us out with the 360. Quad exhaust tips, Acadia all-wheel drive logo in the lower left corner, GMC on the right, Denali in the center. This SUV must have been a dealer trade from St. Petersburg, but shout out Rivard Buick and GMC in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. We get reverse lights in each corner, LED taillights with black trim separating the taillights together, rear camera mirror. The wiper is not housed underneath the spoiler. I kind of wish it was. Pretty nitpicky complaint. Down below we have our plastic cover for the trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much this SUV can tow with our quad exhaust tips. They look aggressive. And speaking of our quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and here she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine sold by GMC for the 2025 Acadia Denali. And it sounds okay, cranking out a lot of power at 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to all 4 wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds, while getting over 20 combined MPGs, making this a surprisingly impressive power plant. The hydraulic struts are appreciated. We can shut the hood right down, take a step back, and walk around this 2025 Acadia Denali one more time. And let's take a step inside and see what we get with the top-of-the-line 2025 Acadia Denali all-wheel drive. For this platform right now, this is just about as top of the line, as premium as it gets compared to the Equinox and compared to the Cadillac XT6. I don't believe that that's using this platform yet. For 2026, I believe it will. So for now, this is as luxurious as this platform gets. We get soft touch materials up top, genuine cross-grained open pore wood with aluminum beneath it, cross-stitched leather with a gushy soft leather armrest, 4-window auto one touch with auto one touch with a driver for the way back up. Aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, power folding mirrors. The leather continues to where your knee will often hit. Bose premium audio system, power trunk release, and a ton of storage. Just hard plastic for the outside. We get a Denali aluminum nameplate as we step inside. The seats are also cross-stitched, perforated, heated, and ventilated with some decent bolstering too. GM has been getting hit with some negative reviews for their softness in their leather, but these seats feel a lot softer than a lot of GM seats that I've been sitting in recently. We get 4-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats, but taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So first thing we notice, this is a top level premium interior with the leather wrap steering wheel. No 10 and 2 bolstering notch. 9.3 doesn't cut out really well, but the steering wheel itself is thick, white contrast stitching, rubberized horn area. The horn loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. This SUV also gets active noise cancellation, dual pane windows, and they feel very thick, so it should be unbelievably quiet out on the road. The stocks feel really satisfying when it comes to the click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. Super Cruise is part of a $3,500 package that gives us the Super Cruise steering wheel, the controls right over here with the adaptive cruise control adjustments right next to it. On the right side, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, voice commands, adjust the music, heated steering wheel, and our adjustments for the gauge display. It's an 11-inch digital gauge display. You can access your map at all times. That's a pretty premium touch. Press it again. Advanced safety features, digital speedo, and right back where we just were. My personal favorite screen would be the map, but we're gonna have the map on this 15-inch infotainment display, so we'll leave this digital gauge display as the analog gauges. And for a turbocharged power plant, redlining at around 6,500 RPM, that's pretty high revving. We'll see where it actually shifts when we take it out for a drive. We'll stay in demo mode on this infotainment screen. The paddle shifters, they do not control the transmission. I believe it's your gear limit, so if you don't want to use all 8 gears, you can set it to like a 7-speed, 6-speed. So technically a paddle shifter, but doesn't function as immediately and direct as a sports car paddle shifter would. We get a power tilt and telescoping steering column. Our drive modes include normal, sport, off-road, snow, ice, and tow haul. We'll start the review off in normal. Try out sport and just see what the differences are. Electronic parking brake, you turn off the auto engine start stop, and the 4-wheel drive, front wheel drive alternating controller. That's pretty cool. You can alternate from front and 4-wheel drive. So if you're in the city, you don't plan on using a lot of power, or if you're on the highway, don't plan on spinning the tires, you can alternate it to front wheel drive and get an additional 1 or 2 MPGs. For the purpose of this review, we're going to leave it in the all-wheel drive screen. We get leather stitching for the entire dashboard, heads-up display. There we go. Now you guys should be able to pick up the heads-up display. It's a pretty large overall display. GM has one of the best in the business. The overall dashboard just looks very premium. We get some open pore wood for the center of it and white contrast stitching. The gear selector, it's now on the steering column. You can check out the backup camera. Super high resolution with guidance lines and trajectory, and over-the-top 360, which you can turn on or off for one reason or another. You can alternate between the forward and backup camera, over the top up front, over the top out rear, also with guidance lines and trajectory. Side blind zone view for the front and rear, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up these beautiful 20-inch rims, with a trailer hitch view, so you can line up the hitch to its receiver. We can go right back to the original screen right over here. Throw it right back into park. We return right back to the previous screen. The 15-inch infotainment display, you can see all of our potential settings. Our map, one of the best resolutions in the business. Response is just about perfect. Google's most recent infotainment display, we can recenter our map. Looks like I'm gonna have a really good time getting home from Tampa Bay today, but as you guys can see, it shows us our traffic and it shows us road work, road closures, all of that. We can see what else is potentially available. Our home screen, here we have our map Google Assistant in our audio. We're not going to turn any songs on for copyright purposes, but this Bose premium audio system sounds really, really good. My personal favorite screen to leave it at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it there. We get dual zone automatic front climate control, the separate third zone climate out rear, lane keep assist, hard buttons for the temperature and auto climate control adjustments, heated and ventilated seats. We get open pore wood for this cover area where we have our wireless phone charging pad, USB A and C port with a little bit of storage. You'll fit 32-ounce water bottles with some aluminum outlining it, more of that open pore wood. We get white contrasted leather for your knee will often hit, gushy soft leather armrest. We can check out the space. It looks impressive. You'll fit 6 to 8 wallets in this top tier, and you'll fit probably 5 or 6 2-liter bottles of soda in the center console itself. Very spacious. Check out the glove box. It's damped, not lined felt, but massive. You're fitting 30 license plates, easily fit 2, possibly 3 pairs of shoes, frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, and it's a digital rear view mirror as well. Voice commands, OnStar, SOS. The interior lights are LED. Sunglass holder. No moonroof. I kind of wish that was a standard feature here on the Denali, but it gives you a little bit more rear passenger headspace, which we'll check out in 1 second. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2025 Acadia Denali. We have a Denali etched above the passenger air vent, part of this open pore wood grain. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of the 2025 Acadia Denali all-wheel drive. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up top, we get soft touch, more of that open pore wood, aluminum underneath, thick cross-stitched leather with a gushy soft leather armrest, and we have like the X stitching all throughout. With the white contrast, it looks very premium. We have auto one touch for the way down, but you got to press and hold for the way back up. Very large grab handle storage area. You can probably fit 2 or 3 wallets and phones in there. With pretty spacious lower area, you'll stack 2 or 3 footlongs on top of each other. Additional Bose premium speaker, captain's chairs, which are no longer standard on the elevation, which is good. This way you can have 3 people sit in your back seat if you'd like to, and you can also get the premium package on the elevation, which gives you your captain's chairs again. Perforated leather, they're heated, not ventilated. They're not super bolstered, but they look pretty comfortable. You have a button to fold them down, you can recline them and slide them. But taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 7 inches of knee room. The seat slides back even further. Now I have almost a foot of knee room. Headroom, I have about 3-4 inches. So if you're under 6'9", 6'10", you should be able to comfortably sit in the back of a 2025 Acadia with no problem. Not necessarily necessary to go with the Yukon unless you need the bigger motor, you need the full-size platform. You get mat pockets behind both the front seats, third zone automatic climate control with heated second row seats, AC outlet down below. The armrest back here is decently wide, leatherette outlined. We have air vents to blow directly into your face. That's appreciated with LED interior lighting. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So you gotta press and hold, and the seat slides forward, lifts up electrically and quickly. It doesn't take long at all. And again, a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings. Well, not my seat settings, the furthest back seat settings. These seats do not go any further back, and I still have plenty of room for my knees. Yes, they're really close to touching, but they're not touching. Headroom, I have about 1 inch. If you're under 6'2", you should be able to sit in the back of this Acadia with no problem, with the seats all the way back. You compromise a little bit of that knee room. You don't need a foot of knee room in the second row if you have third row passengers. If you have like 4 or 5 inches of knee room, I would have like 5 or 6 inches of knee room back here, and that says a lot. USB-C port, 2 cup holders, just hard plastic for the armrest, and you have 3 seat belts back here, and you can fit 2 200-pounders on each side and probably fit somebody that's under 130 pounds, but anybody over 130 is probably going to be shoulder to shoulder cramped up in here. So if you need to fit 3 people in the third row, that's where you'd want to go up to the full size segment. We also get air vents back here that blow directly into our face. That's appreciated. You press this button right over here, press and hold, and the seat shoots forward again. Super convenient. One of the best functioning electric second rows in the business. We can lift the seat back in its original position. Check out the cargo space underneath. The A for the Denali is the button for the electrically opening lift gate, and it gives you about 2-3 seconds to take a step back so you don't have to worry about getting doofed in the head. And wow, behind the third row, this is an impressive amount of cargo space. Looks just as spacious, if not more spacious, than standard wheelbase Escalade that we just reviewed on this channel. And behind the third row, if you need the third rows up permanently, you have an additional 2 or 3 cubic feet of space in the secret storage area. Definitely one of the more spacious mid-sized 3-row SUVs with the third row up. We can drop the third row with a click of a button. You press, oh, that's the second row. We can do that too. We can drop the third row with the click of a button. It's a very quick process with the second row in its current position. The third row can't fall completely, but hopefully you have a good idea of the overall cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much there is. We get tie downs in the corner. I don't see a subwoofer for the Bose premium audio system. Wonder where it is. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know, but I personally have not seen it, but it's a really good system nevertheless. It's a very low floor too. Check it out. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. My knees just about the same level as the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, shouldn't be the toughest process for them hopping back here. The button to drop the lift gate right over here. We got two military choppers flying over our head. Shouldn't be too worried, I hope. We can drop the lift gate right down. As soon as you press the button, the lift gate starts to drop. We'll take a step back and walk around this 2025 GMC Acadia Denali one more time. It is a really impressive luxury SUV. It is getting up there in price, but at around $60,000 after destination, there are a couple $1,000s in discounts on this vehicle. So comparing to like an entry-level Acura MDX that was going to cost you around the exact same price, this is way more loaded, not even comparable. Compared to like a 4-cylinder Audi Q7, you're saving $10,000–$15,000 at times, and you're just as loaded and with more power, like 60–70 more horsepower compared to a standard 4-cylinder Q7, and more space in my opinion. Performance-wise though, let's take this 2025 GMC Acadia Denali out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 GMC Acadia Denali. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Solid turning radius, good throttle response too with this all-wheel drive turbocharged 4-cylinder. And the suspension feels so soft and smooth. I don't think this is MagneRide or the adaptive air suspension from GM's lineup, and it still feels every bit as soft and composed as one of those suspensions would, while still giving you a little bit more sharpness since you have the conventional suspension setup. Over the speed bump. Wow, like it's barely feel it. I wouldn't be surprised if there is an air suspension on here. It's just not labeled on the window sticker. Third throttle. It's good, doesn't blow you away. We reviewed power plants that I say feel underrated. This does not feel underrated whatsoever. Doesn't necessarily feel overrated, but taking a step out here, we'll lean into it a little bit more. On the gas. Gets up and goes very well. It just doesn't feel quite as quick as the Canyon we just reviewed in this channel. Brakes feel good. Going into this massive bump right here. Very composed. Let's check out the on to off-road difference. Feels just about the same. Doesn't feel quite as off-road capable as the Canyon we just reviewed in this channel, but it feels good. It's an all-wheel drive SUV with pretty thick tires. Brakes feel good. Huge bump again. You hear it a little bit, but you don't really feel a whole lot. We can give this guy a little bit of space, try one out off the line. All right, guys, off the line on the gas. Boost. I mean, definitely doesn't blow you away. I wouldn't be surprised if the 0 to 60 is a little bit closer to 7 seconds. It just doesn't feel quite as strong as the 2.7 liter Turbo Max power plant. And that's a little bit of a head scratcher to me. With that 2.7 liter Turbo Max being available in GM's lineup, why not just put that motor in here? It's already been proven in the Silverado, it's been proven in the Canyon. Why design a completely new 2.5 liter turbo just for this power plant when you already have the 2.7 tried and proven? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, but a little bit of a head scratcher for me. Onto this multiple lane highway, let's take a step out here, open her up a little bit more. On the gas, woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Oh, you look down and you're flying. So it's not that this car is not that fast, it's just it hides speed so well. You look down, you're going a good 10–15 miles an hour faster than you think you are. Brakes feel good. Try out a real world turning radius test on the gas. Woo! Yeah, no need to beat it up any further. It is a strong power plant, you just got to really open her up. That's one thing that GM is doing really well with their turbocharged power plants, is the progressive build of power. Many Manufacturers like Ford with their EcoBoost, half throttle to full throttle doesn't really feel a whole lot different. But here with GM's turbocharged 4 cylinders, it has a progressive build. Yes, there's definitely more power down low in the mid-range than there is up top, but the way that the engine is tuned, every slight difference in throttle application results in at least a slight difference in power application, which feels a little bit closer to naturally aspirated performance than turbocharged performance. It's definitely still a turbocharged vehicle, but it has a very good progression for throttle application. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a luxury SUV with good performance, you want 0 to 60 in the mid 6-second range, you want over 20 combined miles per gallon, you want all-wheel drive, 360-degree camera, booming audio system, top-notch materials, heated ventilated seats, so on and so forth, everything. You want a fully loaded, over 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive SUV with every single bell and whistle imaginable, but you don't want to spend over $60,000. This 2025 Acadia Denali is a great SUV, and I would 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Jordan, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. Had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.